Guys, let's get this thing started. And the Longhorns will kick it away to start us off. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25.
That's right. It's not like let's talk about this.
First down here for the offense. Wide out in motion. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Wasting no time taking a shot. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Just missed on the connection, incomplete. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Back to throw, it's Terrell.
He dropped it.
Through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And the Commodores line up to punt it away.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
On 1st down, here comes this offense. He's looking to throw it. Fires the pass, intercepted. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
After watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up today. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up. But he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip.
Oh, my God, bro. What is that? Yeah.
Close in on him after a good return on the interception.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
Still on his feet. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Manning. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
There's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Looking left. And it's
They
incomplete.
doing the whole shit both ways.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, you understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Now on the return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Got a man, it's Becker. The spin, still on his feet. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll try the run. On the move at the 30. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a 1st down.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point. But finally, David, the offense breaks through, and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin.
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Doors.
Where did I start for this offense? The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. His passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking downfield, it's Manning. Using the quick game. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Turns it on in midfield. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense. Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
The Longhorns will line it up on 1st and 10. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Still on the 35-yard line after that incompletion. Here comes 2nd and 10. Handoff from the shotgun. That'll be a gain of about 7. Leaves him with 3rd and 3.
Man, nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd
Good
and
defense,
short.
Carter.
Just a little off. Incomplete.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Line of scrimmage is at the 28. That would make it about a 45-yard field goal attempt. They're going to go for it instead on 4th down.
Oh, they didn't let me jump. Dirty
They just
bitch.
drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
Well, to heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a two-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decided to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
He wants it
That's a
all.
good throw.
He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Oh, he's going to go for the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense. Fires into traffic, and picked
Wasn't
off.
even guarding me, bruh. And I just threw it there.
And he will roll into the end zone.
I don't even know who the nigga was guarding for him to just stop like that.
That's one of those plays you put a highlighter beside. It can really swing a game.
100%. There's a couple plays a game where you go back and you look and you're like, man, that changed the whole outcome. What an unbelievable play by the defense, not just to get the turnover, to score the points off.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Colorado is currently trailing in this one, but I've seen crazier things at Folsom Field. Trust me when I tell you that. Guess what I'm saying is a comeback could be in the cards. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Missouri. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play.
What did my wide receiver do?
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love DBs that want to tackle, and they get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays.
Like, how do you not block the guy in front of you?
Getting the ball carried down behind the line of scrimmage.
To the air, it's Terrell. Unloads it left. It's caught downfield. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
I love running the angle route, whether it's on first down, second down, third down. It's a really good route. It's a safe route. Just takes a little bit of timing over the middle of the field. But, hey, again, getting it to a playmaker in space, always winning.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Goes to the option. They make the stop. There is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
God damn, that's a fast
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover.
Play didn't even start yet.
Well, they put themselves in a hole. It's 1st and 20. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Going to try to get it himself. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to pass on second down. He's got his man. And they'll get enough for the first down, and that's how things will come to a close here in the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Texas 14, Vanderbilt 7.
The Commodores are rolling down the field. Back to pass, it's Terrell. Got the back over the middle. Crosses the 30, he's got away. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Able to pick up a couple before he's knocked down. They mark it at the 10. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Let's go. They'll power it inside with the fullback. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And the fullback breaks off a nice gainer there. No such thing as just 3 yards in a cloud of dust with this guy. He can make people miss and get you a play.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
And you've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Commodores. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy time and time again trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play call. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on down.
It's really early in the game right now, and if it's fourth and short, fourth and medium, maybe I see going for it, certainly. But fourth and long, that's a situation I think you got to punt and just let the game play out. Trust your defense a little bit more.
He'll pitch it. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he stopped at the 18.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Quarterback checking the play. Looking for a man. It's Terrell. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
So they were able to put up a 3-spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Let's see what call they have on third and long from the 28. Ball in the air, intercepted. Got some room to run. He's at the 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Vandy. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And he did make that extra point. No issue with the treacherous footing.
Texas, 14.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
Second down coming up. Motion from the offense. The RPO, fire complete to the left. A pickup of 5 marks it at the 36-yard line.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Looking to move it through the air. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Texas! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish the drive with a 64-yard scoring toss. And he's coming out of the end zone. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Touchdown, Vanderbilt! And once he got loose, it was all over.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Colorado is ahead early in Boulder, but that's not exactly Cordell Stewart out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 11 over Missouri. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Looking to throw, it's Manning. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And he's got it at the 20. Touchdown, Longhorns! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. The AT unit on the field. Oh, and the extra point is blocked. He picks it up. Remember, he can take it back. He's at the 50. At the 30. 10. He takes it all the way back for the defensive 2-point conversion.
And this is why a lot of offensive coaches are okay going into halftime, trailing, not being too aggressive. Because when you try to make things happen, sometimes disaster strikes. And you just saw it right there.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Finds his man. It's Johnson. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. At the 40, there he goes. Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy. And the Commodores racing to the line in the hurry-up. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
To the air, it's Terrell. Moves around to clear up the vision. The throw. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Right down the middle. Pulls it in. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Ready to fire from the pistol. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Finds his tight end. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3-spot on the board. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Vanderbilt, 36. Texas, 27.
The kickoff unit about to go to work.
Set to kick it off.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And I think this possession is really, really important.
And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He was looking for a little more on that return, but he hands this offense a short field at the 35. So you come out of the locker room for the second half, and right away, you throw a pick.
Bad news, too, because you go into the locker room and you sort of regroup, and you start thinking about how you're going to attack this defense, what adjustments you're going to make. You feel like you got a good plan running out of the locker room, and then to throw a pick right away, man, that is a gut punch.
And I understand what the offense is trying to do. Use the wide side of the field, right? Use all that space, pitch on the outside, get on the edge. But the defense was too disciplined. Great job setting the edge, not letting them get outside, making the big tackle.
Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3. And guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Terrell. Trying to make magic with his feet. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Coming up, 4th down.
4th down and less than a yard, and of course the offense is going to stay on the field. They'll try to pick up the first. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown Doors! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job. And that helped lead to the home run.
They want to throw it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
42, Texas, 27.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Texas offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, the first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
Can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times,
Brings it down on the right side. Running toward the tape. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Texas!
Number 21.
If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
34.
Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
and just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Power football with the run. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
At the 22. Brings up 3rd down.
They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. They'll try to run for it. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. The Commodores will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes a move. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Caught over the middle. It's Bowers. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Fast motion from the offense. Got his man quickly. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Looking to pass. It's Manning. On the run, still looking. He'll let it go down the right side. And it's his 4th interception of the game. Takes it the other way. He's at the 40. At the 20. He's at the 10. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick six. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the DB getting the interception, you know, if you can break that play and you can get past that level,